Hello, good morning, dear students. Welcome to our lesson today. Today we are going to talk about English literature studies, poetry. Today we are going to continue our poem, Bed in Summer, by Robert Louis Stevenson. Last week we have started the first stanza, and today we are going to talk about or discuss the second stanza. Let me first remind you with the main theme of the poem that the poet complained about the weather in England. As a child, he forced to go to bed early and woke up early at that time in winter and summer. He also states that in winter he had to get up early where the sun rises late. Also, he had to go to bed early while it is still day and the sun set also being late. Now we are going to study the second stanza, in which the poet said, I have to go to bed. I have to go to bed, and let us read it together. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. Again, I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. Then the idea is the weather in England causes many trouble or problem for students, for child who has to follow a certain rules of sleeping, by means that he had to go to sleep at a certain time early and woke up early. Here he said when he goes to sleep at summer, it is still the day, as we said in the first stanza. At that time, the poet began to feel jealous or envy the birds and grown-up people. Why grown-up people? Because they are free to go and walk here and here, while he had to sleep. Also, the birds are free to play and jump over the trees at the time he has to go to sleep. Also, it is the same idea that the poet has a feeling of he is maybe some who can say he is sad, he is not happy, he is upset to be a child who can't feel or can't enjoy happiness in the weather of England during the winter and the summer. That was the main idea. And of course, as I told you before that, you had to express by your own words. You had to understand the line and then express by your own words. We have here two main ideas. The first one is that the weather is not so good in England during winter and summer. The second one, that the poet as a child poet can't enjoy his life. This is the two main ideas. Around them, you can use your own words to express the idea by different ways. This is about paraphrase. What about the figure of speech? Of course, the poet wrote that poem and put it from the book of a child, our child book, then it is so poor poem in figure of speech. Just you can find one or two at the most in the poem. Here we have alliteration in still and street. Street is still. Also we have here the rhyme scheme in see tree, feet, street. Of course in the stanza 1 we have A, B, B, and then we have C, C, D, D. That's all about the figure of speech here, and as I told you, it is a poor poem if we try to mention or to study the figure of speech. It has no more, just only alliteration beside rhyme of scheme. That was all about stanza 2, and I hope it is clear, and I hope you enjoy reading poetry. Thank you and goodbye.